The number one reason that people leave their jobs in America in 2025 is not getting along with their manager. So why don't companies take the time to train their managers so that they can lessen their employee turnover and save millions of dollars a year? Well, a lot of the times the companies just don't know how to do this, and they haven't identified it as a clear problem. So I'm going to tell companies how to fix this and what's really going on. So first, let's identify the problem. What most companies will do is when they go to promote somebody, they'll say, okay, so we've got 12 guys on a line making whatever, tires, TVs, sales, marketing, whatever. We've got 12 people there. Somebody needs to manage them. So who do they promote? They often promote the person that's the highest production employee, the person that can make the most TVs, the person that can sell the most, the person that can market the most. Well, that person might be a great individual contributor, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be a great leader of people. So instead, the first step is that companies, when they promote somebody to be a leader of a team, need to think, who's going to be the best leader of people for this team? That's the metric that you have to promote people by. Then once you get to that and that's secured, you have the best leader of people that you could choose, then, and by the way, that also costs them money, because if you take the highest production, sales, marketing, distribution, whatever employee off the floor, you lose their production because they're not an employee anymore. They're a manager now. They're no longer producing. And companies think, well, they'll be able to teach the other people how to produce like they did. That's not usually how it works. Let's be honest. Often top contributors are really good because they're an individual all-star. And that's where you should leave them unless they really want to be promoted, but then you still have to develop them. The big problem here is that companies don't train their managers. So what do all managers need to be trained on? Well, all managers in America need to be trained on communication, conflict resolution, how to create winning teams, how to build relationships, how to coach employees, and change management. Those core 6 principles are something that every single manager in America should be trained on. I train people on that in my company. I've trained over 200 managers, all the way from team leads, all the way through VPs and C-suite on these same principles, and I've been doing so for years. And once you put these things in place, all of a sudden, you have people that can work with people's schedules. You have people that, when people start to slip and have trouble at work, can catch it, can nip things in the bud. I know that's an old term. I'm aging myself here a little bit. But the point of this is that if you really train and develop your managers, even if you just use a checklist format, companies, if you go, hey, okay, so what do we need to have every manager know how to do? Every manager needs to know how to do a schedule. Every manager needs to know how to hire somebody, how to interview somebody, how to discipline somebody, how to terminate somebody safely, how to help train and develop somebody that's slower than the rest of the team, help develop a plan for somebody that's the top of the team, your top 20%, what we call an A player, to get them to the next level so that they'll stay for more than 3 years and not get bored. Those are things that every manager in America should be trained on. But you know what companies do instead, guys? They go, oh, okay, well, we're going to promote Bob because he's the best salesman. And then they don't do anything to train or develop Bob. They go, oh, he's a high performer. He'll figure it out. How stupid is that? What job do you ever have that you don't get any training and development to be good at it? And if your real answer, companies, is that, well, I didn't get trained when I was a director or a vice president, then your company and your mentor and the person above you failed you too. Every single level should have training and development and coaching to be better at their role, to be successful. And managers, especially bottom line managers, we're talking team leads or initial managers, are the people that need the most training and development to be successful. So companies, if you have high turnover on your teams, if you have one manager that never loses people, the people seem super happy, the team gels great, it's performing great, and you have another manager that's over 20% turnover, you have a problem. Because one person that might be naturally good at working with people, and you have another person that might have been a high performer but sucks at working with people, you have left that person in a position to fail. You have created that, companies. That's your fault. And you're the only ones that can fix that. So put together a training and development program for your managers to teach them how to work with people and be successful.